All right, welcome back everyone. So if you are ready, we can now continue with complete the words timed practice 2. All right, and task 1. Right. So again, in this part, we're going to do the exercise in 1 minute only, and this time our topic is technology. Please prepare everyone, get ready, fully concentrated. You have 1 minute. Please start. Let's go. All right, time is up, everyone. But as we always say, if the time is not enough for you, you can always pause the video and continue doing the exercises on your own, okay? But now let's check the answers together. As you can see, this part is about the role that technology plays in our lives, all right? And if you read the last sentence, it says, uh, experts continue to discuss both the benefits and the challenges of modern technology. So here we understand that this text talks about both the benefits and also the challenges of modern technology. Okay, so let's check the answers together. First one was easy. Many people rely on smart devices, right? We always use it as smart devices as a word. Now, here, there was an important and significant vocabulary item, which is rely on. I'm sure many of you guys already know the word rely on, but for those of you who don't know, rely on is the same with depend on as a word, okay? So rely on, depend on. Many people depend on smart devices to, of course, communicate, right? As you can see, after communicate, we have work. So verb one coming after to verb one right here to communicate, to work, and to entertain themselves, right? Entertain means have fun. In order to entertain yourself, you use smart devices. Now, if you remember, we were going to talk about both the benefits and challenges of modern technology. And at this part, we start with the challenges of modern technology. So here, the linker is while. While these tools have, so I'm sure again many of you know this, but while as a time linker, it's the same as when and while. But as a contrast linker, while is the same as although, right? So it gives a surprising result. For instance, while Pam is quite shy, okay, uh, her brother, her brother is very sociable, right? Is very sociable. So, uh, we are giving two exact negatives. Pam is a shy person. On the opposite side, her brother is very sociable. So these are negative things, as you can see, and while gives this negativity. While these tools have made life more convenient, so made life more convenient, uh, so you are talking about the practicality here by saying they have made our life convenient. Now, for those of you again who don't know the word convenient, convenient, it means practical, right? Practical and actually simple. So these are all adjectives. And the noun form of convenient is convenience, convenience, practicality, simplicity. And opposite word is inconvenience. So inconvenience is the opposite. So if you're disturbing someone, if you're making that person's life uncomfortable, it then it's an inconvenience. Okay. Uh, so while these tools have made life more convenient, more practical, they have also changed the way. So the way we do something, changed the way we interact. All right, so the way we interact with one another, the way we interact with one another. Here, there's another beautiful vocabulary item, interact with someone. So if you don't know this vocabulary item, interact with someone is the same as contact with someone, contact with someone, or communicate with someone. So it's a very common word actually. Communicate with someone. Communicate with someone. All right. And noun form of this word is interaction, right? Interaction. And it's very commonly used, as you all know, interaction. And we also use the word interactive. So interactive. So interactive video games, for instance, right? Interactive video games. So these are very common words that we use in our academic language. Okay, so this was task 1 of practice test 2. All right, let's move on to, if you're ready, okay, we can move on to timed practice 2 or task 2. All right, so you can see the key here. All right, and task 2. Again, everyone, we have 1 minute for you to complete. All right, let's go. All right, time is up, everyone. So let's check the answers together. So here, this time, our text is about education and what changes education has undergone over the past few decades. So it's about the changes that education went through. All right. So in the last sentence, as you can see, education systems are becoming more flexible and inclusive. So how has education changed recently? This is the topic of our text this time. All right, so education has undergone many changes. In the past, learning was the answer here. Because you are talking about education, everyone, that's the reason why you should read the first sentence carefully. All right, so because it will give you clues and hints about the answers. All right, so if you're talking about education, it's perfectly okay that you will have learning as a word here. In the past, learning mostly took place, right? Be careful, everyone. You need to be careful about the fact that here we have the word in the past. So when you're talking about the past, of course, you need to use the word take place or in the form of took place. All right. So education, learning mostly took place in traditional classrooms. All right. So in the past, it was in traditional classrooms. Today, students can, now this one is a little difficult, right? Online courses. So here, the answer is online courses and materials. What type of materials can we talk about? Digital materials, right? Digital materials. So what can you do with online courses and digital materials? What can students do with online courses and digital materials? They can actually access online courses and digital materials, right? So access is the correct answer here. For those of you who don't know the meaning of access, access is a verb, of course, and it means reach, okay? Reach. And again, we use it as have access to something. Very commonly, it's used as have access to something. So, uh, many students uh, access their materials online these days or have access to their materials online these days. These are very common uses, all right? So, students can access online courses and digital materials from anywhere, from almost anywhere would be the answer. Almost anywhere, all right? These new opportunities, these new chances allow learners to, now people here we have a fixed expression, all right, allow someone to do something. So with allow someone you always use to do, to verb one, and it means actually enable someone to do something. So to give an example, digital devices, you can say, digital devices enable users to reach. Now here you need to reach information instantly, for instance. You can perfectly say digital devices enable users or allow users to reach information instantly. You can use this actually, you can use these two structures in your writings as well. These are very good structures to use. So here, if we go back to our question, these new opportunities allow learners to verb one, of course, to study. Okay, so allow learners to study at their own pace. Now, again, pace might be a little bit of a difficult vocabulary item for some people. So pace is a noun and it's the same as speed actually. But it's more like a fixed expression. So at your own pace. Usually we use it like this. So at your own pace means at your own speed indeed. All right. So at your own speed. All right. So they allow learners to study at their own pace and develop independent learning skills. I'm sure you know the word independent, so autonomous. Independent is another word for autonomous. Maybe we can put it down here. Independent is the same as autonomous. So, for example, we always use the word autonomous learners, for instance, autonomous learners, learners who can learn by themselves without help of anyone or anything. Okay. All right. So we looked at some beautiful vocabulary items and we answered the questions here. Let's take a short break here and we will continue with, oh, you can see the key here as well. We will continue with the task 3 of practice test 2 after the break. See you after the break, everyone.